When I was at school, I had a teacher that had a short fuse. She would get very angry about things for no reason. Her most hated thing was when students would sneeze in class. When a student sneezed... What's up guys? Welcome to another English lesson with me, Catelyn. Today we are going to be looking at 10 important English idioms that all beginner English learners need to know. All of these idioms that we're looking at today are very commonly used in English. So it's great for you guys to know them, so when you hear them, you know exactly what they mean. It's also a good idea if you guys try to use them in your conversation to improve your level and also become more fluent. So let's learn the first idiom for today. Idiom number 1 that you should know is take it with a grain of salt. If you take something with a grain of salt, it means that you don't fully believe that thing. You don't take it too seriously. If you think about how big a grain of salt is, tiny, that's how seriously you should take that thing. For example, you should take the things that you read on the internet with a grain of salt. They're not always true. Another example, if someone says something rude to you, maybe calls you a mean name, your friend might say to you, take it with a grain of salt, he's just an idiot. This means don't take what that guy said too seriously. Idiom number 2 today is to get off on the wrong foot. If something gets off on the wrong foot, or you get off on the wrong foot with someone, this means you make a bad start. This one is easy to understand when we look at it in an example. So let's take this situation. Say you have a job interview, but you miss your bus, so you're accidentally very late. This would not make a good impression on the interviewer. You could say, the interview got off on the wrong foot because you made a bad start to it. Idiom number 3 is to turn a blind eye. To turn a blind eye to something means that you pretend not to see it, especially if the thing that you're pretending not to see is something that you know shouldn't be happening. For example, a shopkeeper might see someone stealing something from the store that they work at, but they decide to turn a blind eye and do nothing about it. Let's see an example from a movie.
I can't turn a blind eye to terrorism.
Idiom number 4 is to go down in flames. If something goes down in flames, it fails spectacularly. A complete and utter failure. Nothing goes right. For example, the business went down in flames after half of the employees all quit at once. Another example, their relationship went down in flames after she found out that he was cheating. Idiom number 5 is crying wolf. To cry wolf means to complain or ask for help when you don't need it. For example, a person that cries and complains every single time that they get hurt, even if it's just a little bump and they're not actually in pain, they'll still cry and complain because they want attention. After a little while, you wouldn't be able to tell if they're actually hurt or not, because when something happens, they always cry and complain. You might say, "You've cried wolf so many times. Now no one believes you if you're actually hurt." This idiom comes from the story The Boy Who Cried Wolf. I've linked the full story down in the description box below, and it would be great for you to listen to that so you can practice your listening skills and also see where this idiom comes from. But I'll give you the short story here as well. The story goes that there was once a boy who took care of sheep on his farm. One day he was very bored, and so he decided to cry, "Wolf, wolf!" And this made all of the townspeople run up to his farm to protect him and his sheep from the wolf. But when they got there was no wolf. The boy was there laughing, seeing how funny it was to watch all of the townspeople run up to protect him. The townspeople were pretty upset and went back to town. A little while later, the boy got bored again, and he did the same thing. He cried, "Wolf, wolf!" and the townspeople came to protect him. But again, there was no wolf. Not too long after, a real wolf came to his farm. So the boy cried, "Wolf, wolf!" But the townspeople thought he was lying. He had cried wolf so many times and there was no wolf, so they didn't come up to help him. So the boy was there with the wolf, and the wolf ate him up and ate all of his sheep. And this is why you should only ask for help when you really need it. Idiom number 6 is a short fuse. If someone has a short fuse, this means that they're quick-tempered. They get angry about things very quickly and easily, even about the smallest of things. When I was at school, I had a teacher that had a short fuse. She would get very angry about things for no reason. Her most hated thing was when students would sneeze in class. When a student sneezed, she would yell and get so mad. Have you ever had a teacher like that? Tell me in the comments down below. Idiom number 7 is to lose your marbles. If you lose your marbles, you go crazy. Absolutely nutters. I think I'm going to lose my marbles if I spend one more second listening to this boring lecture. Idiom number 8 is sick and tired. If you are sick and tired of something, it means you're annoyed by that thing and you want it to stop. For example, I'm sick and tired of gas prices being so high. I'm sick and tired of having to go to work all day. I'm sick and tired of my neighbors playing music all night. What are you sick and tired of? Tell me in the comments. Idiom number 9 is pardon my French. Pardon my French is something that someone might say before or after saying some swear words or saying something rude. Saying pardon my French is a way of apologizing for some harsh language by pretending that the words you just said are French instead. Let's see an example from a movie. Just warning you, this clip has some harsh language.
Pardon my French, fuck those fuckers.
And finally, idiom number 10 for today is take it easy. To take it easy means to relax. Just do something slowly and without worrying too much. If you weren't feeling too well today, maybe a little under the weather, I'd say to you, just take it easy today. Have a relax and rest until you feel better. Okay, and those were all of the idioms that we're going to look at today. These are super commonly used, so they're great for you guys to know. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like and subscribe before you go. And if you have any comments, video suggestions, questions, or anything that you want to say to me, you can leave those down in the comments or send them to me on my Instagram and Facebook. I hope you guys have a lovely day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!